Hello, it's Average Row, and welcome back to Sushi Ghost. Guys, just like you guys in chat are saying, it's time. It's time to beat the main story of Ghost of Tsushima. I'm ready. I am very, very ready. Um, I'm really excited about the stream, guys. I hope you guys are too. Thank you all for stopping by, whether you're live right now or in the future on my YouTube channel. I'm always happy when you guys stop by to check out what's going on with our playthrough. We have had very good playthrough of this game, I feel, to the point where I am uncharacteristically confident going into the final levels of a video game, especially one as, complex as Ghost of Tsushima. But if you've been keeping up with our playthrough, you know I have every right to feel confident, because we're quite literally maxed out on everything. All of our weapons fully upgraded, full ammo capacity. Our terror build is just amazing. Like we have like 100% chance or something stupid like that on just gets we're strong, guys. That's my point. So yeah, I think we're ready. I know we're ready to beat this game. Just to catch you guys up real quick, off screen I did complete the remaining Mongol territories in the final region. That was the first time I did anything off screen for this game, which I did not expect. Like for example, with my Spider-Man playthrough, I did a lot off screen because it was more of like the kind of just monotonous collectathons or just same old. You know what I mean? But I don't know. With this game, I haven't really felt like I needed to do anything off screen. Even the side stuff has always been fun, or like had twists and turns and stuff. We would run into things we didn't expect. So that's just a testament to how good the game is, really. But anyway, I did do those. I think it was 4 camps off screen. So you can see I have a little bit more of the region filled out because of that. And the reason I did that is because I wanted to just start off this session with the main story mission. I feel like this is the end. If we just read the description here, it says the storm is coming. It's time we make our final preparations to strike Khotan Khan. I don't know if we'll survive, and I don't know if Lord Shimura will reinforce us. But I can't turn back now. Yuna should be with the others at Jogaku Temple. I should speak with her before we end this. Yep. We've helped all of our friends complete their missions and stuff. All we have is the DLC, which I do plan to do after I beat the main story. So this is not our final Ghost of Tsushima stream, but it is our final main story, core story stream of this game. So, and Classic Average Road, there was something I wanted to talk about, and I just completely forgot. So I guess that's it. Good old family escape, never wanting to not be marked as new. Again, it's like a running joke, honestly, in this playthrough, that these just are always wanting me to read them for some reason, and I can never figure out why. But yeah, we're looking strong, guys. Oh, I'm so glad I remembered what I was gonna say, because it's the only thing I really wanted to talk about, and I wanted to recap real quick my predictions that I made. I think it was like episode 22 or 23 or something of my playthrough. I did my classic story predictions, where I thought the story was going to end up, which characters I thought would live or die. I was immediately proven wrong about predicting Yuriko would survive. She sadly passed away that same exact session. So rest in peace to her. And then I was right about Taka dying. That one stung. And I guess you could say I was completely wrong about Kage, my horse, dying as well. I didn't even bother to predict that, which I felt very ashamed about. If anyone deserved a prediction, Kage did, and he was taken from us. So yeah, that hurt. And I was wrong about that. I was right about Ryuzo. It did happen sooner than I thought it would, though. but we did predict that he would die. So now we only have 2 more death predictions that are still on the table. And that is Lord Shimura. We did predict that he would die. We'll have to wait and see if that comes to fruition. I was fairly confident that he would, and I still am. But part of me thinks that maybe he'll be a recurring character, or I don't know. See, I don't even know if there's going to be a sequel of this game. But I do know that the DLC came out after the main story, so I know that we don't die in the main story. So maybe they've left it open-ended for a sequel, or maybe it ends where he doesn't. I don't know. I don't know. But anyway, Lord Shimura, I do think he's going to die. I think it's like an 80% chance he'll die. And then obviously the Khan will die. That's just a given. He must die. It's written. Ever since he put Taka's head on I don't think he put it on a spike. I think he just held it in front of our face. He sealed his fate when he did that. So he will die. But yeah, that's it. And I did predict that... it was kind of a soft prediction, which I usually try not to do, but I did predict that Jin would kind of continue his work protecting the island of Tsushima. But I couldn't really... I'm still on the fence of whether he's going to do it as the ghost, or whether he's going to abandon that and take up his rightful spot as Lord Sakai. You know what I mean? Kind of like... I think he's going to replace Lord Shimura. I think Lord Shimura is going to die, and it's going to snap Jin back to his roots, and he'll abandon, kind of like Zuko in Avatar when he abandoned the blue spirit. He didn't need the blue spirit anymore. I don't think Jin's gonna need the ghost anymore after he kills the Khan. But I do still think that there is a chance he'll continue as the ghost. But if I was a betting man and avoiding soft predictions, I will say that I do think that Jin will abandon the ghost and take up his rightful place as like Lord of Tsushima, and just continue protecting it under that more appropriate title, I guess. But enough ceremony, enough talk. It's time for action. We've already read the journal description, so let's do this, guys. It always feels good to do a finale stream. I'm just thinking back to all my other playthroughs I've done on my channel. Shameless plug: God of War, Spider-Man, Last of Us 2, Mass Effect. Even though I had beaten Mass Effect previously, it always hits different when we know it's the finale of the main story. So this is Ghost of Tsushima's ending. It's exciting stuff. Let's do this. So we gotta speak with Yuna. Usually she's by the campfire. That's why I walked over there, but I guess I didn't pay attention to where she was actually standing. Here we go. I think this is like the second to last level, but maybe not.
What took you so long?
Sorry, I was talking. That's what you guys are saying. Yuna is you guys. What took you so long to start this?
I thought you'd been caught.
Delivering my message wasn't easy.
Did your uncle read it? Will he help us defeat the Khan?
Sneaking into his palace or whatever.
But we can't wait to find out.
Again, he's gonna come in Gandalf style at Helm's Deep.
Wind's getting stronger.
I feel it.
The storm will be here by morning. Did you secure the siege weapons?
Enough to cause plenty of damage.
I would have liked to
Also
help
found
her
some
steal the
deserters from your
watches.
uncle's army who want to follow the ghost. We're ready.
Tell the others we attack at dawn.
I'll spread the word, but you should check on them. They want to hear from their leader.
This is like our last chance to talk to our friends. Eternal Blue Sky. I just watched Breaking Bad, so if you've seen that show, you know why I'm thinking of that. Of that show. You know me, I go overboard with the references. I know, guys. I know. I can't help it, though. Can't help it. Well, at least we don't have to hunt for... Oh, wait, no. This is just Norio. I thought they were all in here. Now, we left Norio on a weird note. You know, he had just murdered a bunch of innocent people and then found joy burning somebody to death and listening to their screams of agony. So, I did say that I felt like his tales kind of ended abruptly. yeah, I wonder where his headspace is. The last we really left off, we just talked about how we wanted him to you know, he's representative of Jin, right? And Jin was speaking to Norio, but also to himself when he was telling Norio that you have to be able to forgive yourself. You have to be able to leave the past behind, leave what you did behind, and move forward. You know, he very much wanted Norio to believe that as well after the horrendous thing he did in vengeance of his brother. But he also, and us as the player, also wants Jin to be able to feel that way too. You know, if Norio can't feel that way, then Jin will never be able to forgive himself either for becoming the ghost, abandoning his roots. You know what I mean? So I do like the end. I feel like Norio's tales, although it was probably the least fleshed out and the shortest, obviously, because he was only introduced in Act 2 compared to Masako and Ishikawa, you know, and it ended the most abruptly. I do feel like his tale affects or represents or impacts, whatever word you want to use, impacts Jin's character the most out of all those. Not that Ishikawa or Masako's don't, but I do feel like Norio's is truly representative of Jin. It's reflective of Jin's journey as well. So that's why I really do like Norio. But we'll go and talk to him, see where his headspace is at right now.
It's good to have the head of Cedar Temple with us.
I would never claim such an honor for myself.
I know. That's why you deserve it, my friend. Tomorrow we avenge your brother and the warrior monks of your temple.
There's a guy in the background.
I just want our home back.
Okay, so he's still kind of, you know, still kind of iffy, but he's ready to help. We've completed his loyalty mission. So he's ready. 90 meters away. I like how it's actually leading us to our allies. Instead of having us just try to like run around and find them. Because I really struggled with that last time. It took me for, I think it was Masaka that was very elusive. Speaking of which.
The ghost is a hero.
He's a samurai, isn't he?
Jin,
Masako, I wasn't sure you'd come.
I said I'd be there when you needed me.
Yep, she's a bro.
But I need the Khan dead too. He murdered my husband, and his men slaughtered my sons.
We won't let them escape justice.
I'll help you make sure of it.
Get some rest.
Yeah, the ending to her tale was crazy. I felt
Or
so
a
bad
very
for
short
her.
one.
But it spoke a lot to her character, despite all the trauma she just went through. You know, literally watching her final remaining family member kill herself right in front of her eyes. After said family member betrayed the rest of her family. Like, you know, I was totally okay if she wanted to just retire, but she said she'll still be there for us, you know, and it's just like, Masako, man. Freaking love Masako. Did I walk past somebody? Who's this? Oh, that's Yuna. We'll talk to Yuna last. Yeah, you got Ishikawa, which means this is Kenji? Am I gonna be ashamed for forgetting somebody? No, it's Kenji. I thought, you know, he'd be good just going his own way, but he's always kind of showed up.
Here we are, my lord.
You're in good spirits.
Of course. I've been sipping good spirits all day.
Hey,
Don't sip
classic
too
Kenji.
much. You don't want to sleep through tomorrow.
Joking aside, there's no way I would miss tomorrow. I'm here for Taka.
Thank you, Kenji.
Kenji's a bro too.
Be sure the last samurai are here to make.
I mean, he can't help much, but he helps as much as he can. And that's what matters. That's what matters. This has mad Priority Earth Mass Effect 3 vibes if you've played that game, where it's just like one final chance to say goodbye to all your friends
Sakai.
before the storm. Ishikawa really grew on me, you know, especially if you saw last session where we was it last session? I don't know, recently, where we finished his tale. You know, I have mad respect for Ishikawa. Got off to a rough start. I didn't really like him at first, but he's really grown on me, and I really do like him, and I really do. Well, I've always respected him, you know, But yeah, I definitely do like him much more now, and I do think overall his Tales series overall was my favorite one compared to the rest, just as a package.
It's good to have your bow with us, Sensei.
I gave you my word.
You've given me more than that.
Don't get sentimental, Sakai.
As you like, Sensei. I'll let you prepare for tomorrow.
I prepared my whole life. One more day makes no difference.
And it's just now hitting me that none of these characters are in the clear yet. None of these characters are in the clear. They could still die. But I don't know. I don't think any of them will die. We didn't predict any of these characters here would die, so I'm wondering though, because again I mentioned Mass Effect, and you know it's not the only game to do it, but I'm wondering if we didn't complete all of their missions, would they be here? You know what I mean? Would they still be here, or do they only show up if you've completed their tales? Yeah. That's kind of interesting, because that branches into much more like, you know, this isn't really like an RPG, I would say. Not like Mass Effect or, you know, other games, what have you. I just always reference Mass Effect for obvious reasons, but like in Mass Effect, that's a mechanic. If you don't do certain missions or don't complete them successfully, then certain characters won't be available later on. But I don't know if Ghost is quite in depth, you know, and not every game needs to be that in depth. That's not my point. My point is, I'm just curious is if we've earned them being here because of the work we've put in. Because if that's the case, I really do like that. And if not, then you know that's not that big a deal either way. But just curious about that. My girl.
We've come a long way since you pulled me off Komoda Beach.
You were so heavy I could barely drag you. Had to strip you half naked just to reach town.
I wouldn't be here without you, you know.
I can't lose you, Jin. After everything we've been through. Everyone we've lost. I can't.
I have to stop the Khan.
No, you don't. We could find a boat, sail somewhere quiet, while your uncle fights his samurai war.
Do you really want that?
No.
If I fall, promise me you'll keep fighting.
You're a real bastard, Jin Sakai. You should get some rest.
Not yet. Let's sit. Just a little longer.
Come on. There's definitely a thing going on between them two. Come on. I never wanted to push too hard because I do think shipping out of nowhere is like super cringy, but like, and you know, obviously male-female platonic relationships are a thing. So that's why I was never really pushy. But I've never shied away from saying like I low-key do feel like there's something there and it would be cool if something did come up between them. You know? But I've never really gotten into it. But come on, that scene, the tension, the wanting to say more, but knowing that it's not important right now, like it was strong, guys. It was strong. You can't tell me I'm making that up.
We have one chance to
Can't
take
tell me
down
I'm
the
making
Khan
that up.
before he attacks our mainland. Kenji, what's the status of our siege weapons?
Ready to rain fire on the Mongol fleet.
Good.
Where's
We now
Norio?
signal your attack.
He's probably
Once the
with
volley
his monks or
begins,
something.
the Mongols will
Getting
charge
ready.
your position and run right into our ambush.
The explosives are set up. Archers.
I'll
on
be
the
honest, I
rooftops.
completely forget our plan that we came up with, but
Thank you.
we're the
All of
ghost,
you.
so
Go.
I'm sure we'll manage somehow with enough
Jin.
kunai.
There's no sign of your uncle.
That storm's not waiting. And neither
Gandalf
are we.
style, I'm telling you, he's not going to be there at the beginning,
need to
but
fire
we're
the
going to be
signal.
struggling, and then he's going to come out of nowhere. It's going to be epic.
Now! The Mongols are coming. We'll cut down anyone who gets through.
the ghost. We're the go. We're the ghost. Horsey.
This is for my son.
Oh jeez, they're literally right here.
Don't let him get behind us.
What do I want to do? Not get hit. Am I gonna die right away? After all this, I'm literally dying right away. Are you serious? Oh, I should have used that to heal. I'm an idiot. Just gonna heal up here. Okay, he's running away for his life. Let's help Masako. Doesn't want to pay attention to it, that's right.
More Mongols up there!
Charge them, or they'll pin us down.
Push them back!
Kill them all.
It's literally just us and our friends. Okay. Our friends are elite. Damn, this guy's a meaty. Well, we destroyed them. By we, I mean us and our
Plan
friends.
worked.
The Mongols are regrouping.
We won't give them a chance.
Norio is leading the rest of our forces up the hill.
Attaboy.
Then we'll join him and press the attack.
There he is. He's so cute. I freaking love Noria.
You're all safe.
This is where it ends. Today, the Khan dies.
That's right. For Taka!
Tsushima isn't here. We fight alone.
We'll lead an attack on the main gate. Distract the Mongols while you find a way inside.
You'll be overwhelmed.
We came this far. We're not turning back now.
I swear no one better die, dude.
You are all the bravest warriors I've ever known. I hope to see you again.
Let's write history.
Leave the battle to us.
What are we waiting for?
No mercy for the Mongols.
Fight!
If I infiltrate, can I just walk through the front door? Warning, entering area of overwhelming enemy forces. I'm an overwhelming force, so I think it'd be okay. But, that's alright. By I mean Jin. What am I doing? What's happening? I think I meant to slide crouch, and I accidentally activated ghost stance, which is totally okay. I'm totally okay with that. That's fine. That's fine. I got caught anyway, and I think it was meaning for us to kind of like crouch in this tall grass, but oh well.
Figure out how to find the Khan.
Find a vantage point. Can I just not stealth? Come on, man. Alright, I haven't really been a stealth guy in this game, which is weird because usually if there's stealth in a game, I try to take advantage of it. But I don't know. I just feel the power with Jin, you know. Okay, finding a vantage point. I mean, this seems pretty high up, but something tells me this is not where we're supposed to go. The wind's blowing this way. Our father is guiding us this way. Oh, there we go. That looks like a vantage point.
Watchtower is perfect.
Yep.
You can see the whole camp from there.
Can we just run up? I feel like we can just run up. No one's really here. Oh, shit. Nope. I can't get up here, can I? Nope. I'm gonna hide. Got sidetracked a little bit, but we managed. Yeah, I can't get up this way. I think I have to go closer through here. I was hoping for a way around. I'm probably missing a super easy like route I could have taken, but oh well. Alright, how about this? Okay. That worked. Made it. In our janky average row way, we made it.
Khotun Khan.
Let's go. His armor is so sick. That's right.
No mercy!
Look at the intensity on his face, dude. He just gets you hype. Dude, you can't take on the ghost and Lord Shimura, dude.
I just have to reach the manor house.
Can I just run now? I don't have a stealth, do I? Can I? Oh well. Tremble! I'm not stealthing. Ouch! Freaking archers, man. Bro! I lost my ghost stance thanks to these dummies. I'm about to get it back, hold on. Nope. Ah! Did he run? That guy ran. Oh, I tried to get him in midair. Sorry. That was a leader too, and we just completely dispatched him in like 2 seconds. We're kind of just like a one-man army here, not really bothering with help. Look at this guy. Wait, is this it? Is this the boss fight already? I don't know if I was mentally ready for it to come this soon, but I mean, if it's going down, it's going down.
All this death. Because you
Because you
and your uncle
and
would
your
not surrender.
uncle.
I offer offered you peace, and you chose war. Now, the people of your mainland will suffer. You will never leave this island.
What is that? Okay. I did want to change this during the boss fight, because this just helps, you know, fighting mobs, but, you know, the Khan's not going to get terrified at us, so I feel like that is not an ideal thing to have. That might be helpful. Yeah, let's just use that. We'll use that one. I mean, it's better than what we have right now. Okay. Something tells me we're going to be below 50% health a lot during this fight. So I could switch out to an armor that's more meaty as well, but I got to do this as the Ghost. I got to do this with Ghost armor on.
I will avenge the people of Tsushima. Vengeance.
This one uses wind stance, right?
Child.
How did that hit me? That's bullcrap. Okay, alright. Sweeping. You know the enemies I said throughout this playthrough that I fucking suck fighting against? Fucking spear enemies. I'm trying to get like the oh yeah. I'm getting destroyed.
You will never leave Tsushima.
Yeah, I can't bother using like
You're weak.
and you're almost dead.
I defeated you before. This will be
There's no bridges to kick me off.
afraid.
Oh. We're alright, we're alright. Bitch! Pocket sanded me, motherfucker. This guy is I've been holding it in this entire playthrough. This guy fucking sucks. I hate him, dude. He's a coward and he sucks. He sucks. All he does is walk away coolly. He has done nothing this entire game other than act smug and run away as soon as we get within 100 feet of him. And we finally beat him on our first try, and he results to a dirty trick and is just walking away now. What did he do to us? Stop the Khan before he escapes. So should I just run past all these guys? Alright, we're gonna try that. We're gonna just try running. Mom tells me we're supposed to be killing these people, but I think maybe if we run here. Yeah, okay. Trigger the next scene. I got minions now. Alright. Okay, let's throw on our charm here. Did I pass it? that him? That's totally him, right? Can we sticky bomb? We can. How's that?
Cut him down!
Bitch!
Strike! Kill the ghost!
Ow! Okay, got a little carried away with my, Jesus. Need to heal. That's really what I'm trying to do here. Trying to get resolved back. Alright, are you back for more? Come on, man. Rataka, bitch! For my horse, bitch!
Another will come.
How's that steel taste?
We will be remembered.
As the lamest villain of all time.
You will be forgotten.
He's dead. Game over. It was nice knowing you. I really enjoyed this game. I'll be honest. I was very much nervous about the final boss because my duels, I haven't lost a lot of duels, but they've always been close and always been tough, and I knew the con would be hard. And that first part was challenging. I definitely almost died a couple of times, but we handled it first try, which is fine. You know, I mean, obviously that's fine, but my point is, I wasn't expecting of beating it on my first try. And then it entered that second phase where we were on the ship, and you could like rewind the tape. I was really surprised when I was like, wait, that's him, right? Because the fact that that was him meant I could use my ghost weapons and stuff. And I was like, as soon as I could use like any sticky bombs, kunai, you know what I mean? Like my lightsaber, as soon as I could use all those, like, I was like, okay, then he's definitely not going to beat me now. You know what I mean? Anyway, so, well, I'm honestly kind of worried now because the guy's dead, and I mean, if the game's ending here, that's fine, but something tells me that it's not the end, because it just can't be. That was too easy. And I'm not trying to say that because, you know, I did a good job. You know, like I'm usually not. I don't know, for whatever. Again, I'm only playing on medium difficulty. Let's not get carried away. I'm not playing on hard or whatever. But the point being is, I feel, you know, I've done uncharacteristically well, pretty consistently throughout a video game for once. You know, usually it takes me a while to really get in the groove, and I never really quite reach the peaks that other people I've seen play the game do. But for this game, for whatever reason, I've done a really good job. And you know, my point is, like, it was too easy. That it was just over. You know, in terms of the story, like, that was it. And to me, I don't think that's it. I don't think that's it. There's gotta be more. See, we're looking at the a artistic shot of the ghost mask, you know. Is that even us? That's us, right? No, it's Yuna. Oh, she thinks we died in the... Oh, no. We're alright, right?
This is yours.
Well, we saved Tsushima and all of Japan. Our beautiful horse.
The Khan is dead, but his army is still here. Our home won't be safe until we drive them out to sea.
And when they're gone, what happens then?
We start new lives.
I used to know what my new life would be. Now I'm not even sure who I am.
You're a great warrior, a loyal friend.
And a thief.
That's the past. What you become tomorrow is your choice. We can't stay here long. My uncle will come looking for us.
No, he won't. After the battle, he sent a messenger.
Did he offer to make peace?
He wants to meet you by the still waters under the red-leafed tree.
Back
Only
home.
Lake. We used to spar there when I was a child.
Want company?
I need to face him alone. He's my only family.
My spidey senses are tingling.
I know. It still hurts, thinking about Taka. The smell of smoke in his hair. His quiet laugh.
Oh, man.
The hell he'd give me for drinking too much. My whole life, he was part of me. And now... I'm alone.
You're not alone. You have me.
A ghost. You belong to everyone.
I don't know, guys. Khan is defeated, but I have one last personal matter to deal with. ... Lord Shimura has asked me to meet him under the red leaf tree by Omi Lake. I need to face him. I won't keep running. God. Oh, God. Oh, Jesus. Okay, so we cleared up the rest of... I mean... normally I'd say, well, let's clear out the question marks, but this many? This many? Do we? Should we? Do we? Do we need to? Let's see, there's even... Yeah, there's one here too. There's just too many. I'm not... Yeah, no. I'm still in story mode. That level went by too quickly. I think this has to be the last mission then. So we're fighting him. That's what's happening, right? We're totally fighting him. That's what's gonna happen. Because I don't think the climactic end to this epic game is gonna be a conversation. Yeah, and it's literally at a dueling circle. Holy shit, we're gonna fight him. Why, dude? I mean, he came to help us. And our letter was so thoughtful and well written. You know, no thanks, you know, thanks in part to all those haikus we did. We got really good at our writing skills. Alright, I gotta get resolve. Get my resolve up before this friggin' final boss fight. Oh, I got the leader. God.
You'll be free soon.
People said you died while killing the Khan. I'm so glad it's not true.
I guess the ship we were fighting on did blow up, so. Oh, come here, Sora.
I thought they killed me.
I'll go that way. I guess I can just cut through here, can I? Yeah. Got me thinking of Yuriko.
Lord Shimura isn't here. I'll wait for him on the dock.
God. I mean, I'll just go with this, I guess. Well, I kind of want to do this. I'm not even gonna bother to do the math. All I know is that we have a really high percentage chance of dealing double damage on every attack. Oh God. As soon as I step in this circle, man. Something tells me we're not leaving this circle. I mean, I was to go on the dock, but you know what I mean. Lord Shimura, why? It's gonna be like a... I don't want to, Jin. But the code demands I do. That's a regret I have. I didn't play the flute enough. I should have done this thing where there were flutable moments, where something cool or sad or something notable happened, and I just played my flute to kind of commemorate that. But I never did that. Should have played my flute more. Is this a flashback? This is a flashback.
Jin.
Uncle.
I wasn't sure you would come.
Oh, it's not.
I wanted to talk with you. If we work together, we can drive off the remaining Mongols. Start rebuilding our home.
That is not your duty.
Notice he's wearing white, we're wearing
The
black.
Shogun has disbanded Clan Sakai. As of today, you are no longer samurai.
That's outrageous. It's unfair.
I sacrificed everything for my people,
Oh, God.
and I would do it again.
New samurai are coming to replace those we lost. They will occupy your land and estate.
I mean,
I have to say goodbye to my home.
that's calm, yeah, I think that's okay. We paid the price. We knew what we were doing wasn't
Ride with me.
super correct. The Tale of Lord Shimura. Okay, I was wrong about dueling here. Oh, I just realized our horse is white, just like his now. I remember all the way back in the first episode of this playthrough, we remarked how cool his white horse was, and now we got one of our own. That's character growth.
Will you remain in Jito of Tsushima?
Yes. The Shogun asked me to train his warriors to fight the Mongols.
Good. They won't give up until they've conquered all of Japan.
I will spend what years I have left ensuring they fail. A task I hoped we would face
I
together.
hope the
As father
voice
and
is
son.
loud enough for you guys.
You can still remarry,
I know it's kind of
start
quiet.
a new family.
I can hear it fine, so don't worry about that. But
Yes. I suppose I can.
he seems like a broken man. He's not.
Looks like he could use a push.
Here, let us help you.
Do not trouble yourselves, my lord.
See, now I'm getting freaking
You can't do it alone.
Red Dead Redemption ending vibes, where like you go on these like crazy cowboy adventures, and like all of a sudden you find yourself just doing peaceful tasks like catching horses and tending your farm. You know, it's just like, what's going on? And then all of a sudden the real ending happens. I'm getting mad vibes of that. Like, oh, peaceful ride during the daytime with our uncle, helping this guy push his cart.
Much too kind. The mud is thicker than it looks.
That's a heavy load. Where are you headed?
Jogaku. The ghost army is up there.
He has an army.
You didn't hear? They'll sail for the Mongol steppes with a storm at their back. Burn their homes to the ground.
An impressive goal.
This is everything I can offer them. I hope it helps.
Then we will see you on your way.
Our reputation precedes us. What is this, The Last of Us? Pushing carts.
Thank you, my lord.
Jogaku is many miles from here. Keep away from the mud and the Mongols.
I will.
I have no idea what he's talking about.
Not here. Follow me.
Look how beautiful this is, man.
I don't have an army.
Every day, more people flock to your cause. The Shogun is concerned. I am concerned.
You have nothing to fear.
When the new clans arrive, will people bow to their samurai? Or betray
betray them in the name of the ghost.
I won't let them do that. They'll listen to
You
me.
openly defied me, Jin.
He's got a
My
point.
most trusted warrior. You taught our people to disobey their leaders. What makes you think your followers will obey you?
He's got us there. I mean, what can you say in response to that?
That's enough, right?
Nothing. That's why Jin's not saying anything.
Walk with me, Jin.
As you wish.
Uh-oh. You're gonna take us to our parents' grave. You dishonor your family.
My family's cemetery.
The resting place of 7 generations of Sakai.
7
Including your
generations. Jesus.
And my father.
We must pay our respects.
Absolutely gorgeous.
I will miss this.
So will I. The Shogun has declared you a traitor.
He ordered you to kill me.
The ghost was an outlaw. He taught our people to defy their leaders.
To defend themselves.
With poison. A gift you gave to our enemy.
I had to stop you from throwing away our people's lives.
You have no honor.
And you are a slave to it.
They're both right. I fucking hate it.
You are my son.
You are my brother, Anakin.
Now I must continue the line of Shimura without you.
God.
I must start a new family.
And my head is the cost.
Taking it is my punishment.
What a line! It's him saying, I still love you.
Our final day together.
God damn, dude.
It is beautiful.
Don't do this, man.
It's time. Write the last words of Clan Sakai.
And Clan Shimura.
I could be reading into it, but there's foreshadowing in the way they staged that cutscene where we knelt down in the white leaves and he knelt down in the red leaves. I think that's foreshadowing his, you know, the blood soaking the white leaves because we're gonna kill Shimura. I will say, again, if you've watched this playthrough, I've loved doing the haikus. I feel like I've enjoyed them way too much, honestly. And how fitting that the final haiku, or final, I don't even know if this is going to be a haiku, but, you know, the mechanics are the same. The final piece that we write is just so heavy, for lack of a better word. It's heavy, guys. Strength in every step. Hands that shaped the world. Eyes that saw my pain. A fate neither of us want. Oh my god, dude. Destiny divides our souls. A bond broken forever. Man, that first line, man. This is where we part. I fight without hope. Will death redeem us? I like the finality of this. This is where we part ways, my friend.
Eyes that saw my pain.
Oh my god, dude.
A fate neither of us want. This is where we part.
Your parents will always be with you.
Yes, Uncle.
I will train you to become the strongest warrior Clan Sakai has ever known. I will raise you as my own son. Are you ready?
Black and white.
I am ready.
If you ain't getting chills right now, you don't like good video games. If you don't have chills, you do not like good video games. I'm like honestly tearing up right now, and I haven't even fought him yet. He's gonna destroy me. I'm not ready for this. The Khan was a pussy compared to him. Oh god. I'm trying to like time the perfect parries.
You want revenge for my failure. This is not my revenge. It is my punishment.
Don't make me do this, man. Don't make me do this.
Honor me with a warrior's death.
They make you do it. Oh! Oh! What the fuck? I thought I beat Mass Effect. I'll be honest. As soon as I saw the decision go up, I knew what I was gonna pick. And the reason I've just kind of sat here for the past 30 seconds is because I've been trying to come up with a reason not to pick it. But oh, fuck. Oh man. I'm sorry guys, like I know you're just sitting here waiting for me to pick, but Lord Shimura knew. You could just hear it in his voice. He knew only one of us was walking away from this. That's why we sat down. That's why we reflected on our time with each other. And Jin respects him more than anyone. And Jin knew that exact same fact, that only one of us was walking away. Oh, but that last line he said though, where Shimura was like, "You have no honor," and Jin was like, "And you're a slave to it," or like, "You're a slave to honor." I'm trying to pick what Jin would do in this moment. How did I end my haiku again? I said, this is where we part, right? That doesn't mean death. I think either way, when we walk out of this circle, our relationship with Lord Shimura is done. It's over. But I think throughout this game, Jin is slowly realizing who he truly is and the kind of person he wants to be, how he wants to help people, you know, how he wants to go about his life. And yes, it started with just him breaking his code to help, you know, fight against the Mongols. But I feel like it's kind of grown past that into he can be who he wants to be, not who he thinks he's supposed to be. You know what I mean? And that conversation we had, and the way he so, like, strongly said that, how, like, that's his mindset now. He thinks that you shouldn't, like, why should he have to kill his only family? Why should he have to do that? I think that's what Jin would be saying right now. And the Jin we know now would say, I don't have to. I don't have to kill him. Just because the honorable thing to do is when you lose a samurai duel, you get killed. But it's like, something tells me Lord Shimura's dead either way. Something tells me Lord Shimura is dead either way. If we don't kill him, he's gonna kill himself. Duh. Right? Or the Shogun's gonna have him killed for, you know, not killing himself. Like, if you didn't kill him, and he didn't kill you, why are you still standing here? That's what the Shogun will say. So, and Jin would know that. Jin would know that. Jin would know, yes, the way I am now, I don't want to kill you. If I could, I would walk away. You know? But you and I both know that if I don't kill you, you're gonna die either way. Because you're the most honorable samurai I've ever known. You raised me to be the warrior I am today. And you and I both know that you'll do whatever it takes to have your honorable death. So I don't know. That's the genius thing. You could honestly pick either and it would make sense. Which is not an easy thing to do, by the way, writing wise. And I know I've been going on for, I don't know how long this screen has been up at this point. But I mean, this is it's the ending of the game. It's the final decision, right? So, I mean, pardon me for wanting to make sure I pick what I feel is best for my playthrough, you know? I didn't expect this either, but it's good writing that either decision, I personally think, you're not an idiot for choosing either one. And is that just me trying to, like, cover for my decision I'm about to make? Maybe. But, no, I genuinely do think that, you know, there's no obvious answer, you know? But I know what I'm going to pick. I know what I'm going to pick.
I will make sure you are remembered as a great warrior, a wise leader, and a father.
Thank you, my son. Find me in the next life.
I will.
The credits. I hope I didn't upset anybody with picking that. I just felt it was the right thing to do. I wanted to look away, honestly, but I couldn't. It was just... Yeah, I had to watch out of respect, and it was just so done so beautifully. I wanted to be the one. Not because I was bloodthirsty, no. Because it was the right thing. If anyone were to give Lord Shimura an honorable death, it had to be Jin. I didn't want to make him have to do that. I didn't want to make, you know, some other guy from the Shogun do that. How are they gonna roll credits like that, too? God damn. That whole time, I was like Ben Solo, dude. I was like, I know what I had to do, but I don't know if I have the strength to do it, man. Damn. If you heavily disagree with the ending I picked, you know, I respect it. The spare ending, you know, is perfectly fine, I feel. I don't think it strays away from Jin's journey too much. And, you know, I don't know if Lord Shimura would have survived if I picked that. You know, I don't know that. I don't have the benefit of hindsight. You know, this is a fresh playthrough, so I just did what I felt in the moment was the right thing to do. And I've given my reasons for it, you know. Lord Shimura is like the most honorable samurai warrior ever, and Jin, despite what Lord Shimura said, Jin does have honor, you know, inside him, is a very honorable person, and they both knew that, you know, it's the last position they would have wanted to find themselves in. But they both know why they're there. It's because of Jin's actions, and they both know that Lord Shimura wasn't about to defy the orders of the Shogun. That would go against everything he's reprimanded Jin for doing, you know. It would go against everything he's built. So they knew that they were going to have to duel. You know, Lord Shimura wasn't about to go ghost and assassinate Jin in his sleep, you know. He was going to do the honorable thing, because that's who he is, that's who he was, you know. So they had to fight, and when you fight, only one comes out alive. That's just the samurai thing, right? And the ending exchange as father and son, that was like them saying, is it an actual thing? I'll have to research that. But I mean, honestly, if this was based on a real tale, then, or a real thing, not tale, a real thing, that's awesome. I mean, obviously, this was, you know, given the Hollywood treatment, but that's cool. I didn't know that. But to finish my previous thought, the fact that, you know, they called each other father and son at the end, it was like them saying, like, I know, you know, I know. And that's it. Just, I know that this hurts you as much as it does me. And I know that you had to do this. You know, like, it wasn't like, you know, Mass Effect or Infamous. Well, Infamous is probably the better comparison, since it's a sucker punch game. You know, it's not like an Infamous ending where, like, one ending is straight good and the other decision was just straight evil. You know what I mean? I'm pretty sure that's how Second Son ended, where you had to make one final decision, good or bad. Like, that's not it. That's not what Kill or Spare was, you know? Spare is obvious, but Kill, it wasn't like, you know, it's not like when we killed the Khan. You know, now that I remember it, what did he say to the Khan before he killed him? He said, "You will be forgotten." And what did he say to Lord Shimura when he killed Lord Shimura? "I'll be sure that you're remembered." And that just speaks everything. You know, that backs up what I've been saying. Like, the kill option, I personally don't think it's not malicious, you know, it was an honorable death. You know what I mean? So, damn. Damn. Well, this isn't the end. You know, we still have the DLC, and I'll probably go around and get those question marks and stuff. But I do think that it is fitting to kind of give my thoughts on the main story now that we've been, and that's what I usually do. I hope you guys have been able to hear me. You know, I usually turn down the game volume during my, because you know they always have like the crazy music playing, and I've been kind of like reclined in my seat away from my mic, so I hope you guys have been able to hear me fine. But why don't I go ahead and turn down the volume just a little bit on the game. How's that? Maybe didn't change that much, but that's okay. Yeah, ending thoughts on the game. What I'll say is they really saved it all for the end. They saved it all for the end. That ending will stick with me for a long time. Like I think about recent story games I've played that where the ending just really hit, you know, and that is definitely up there. You know, I obviously won't spoil the endings of all the other games, you know, but the ending is really what makes or breaks a game or a movie, you know, for me personally. And Ghost definitely had a really good ending. Just, you know, I kind of want to see the other ending now. But I'm sure it still would have been the same. I think, you know, I think Lord Shimura would have died, but either way. But but yeah, the ending was fantastic. Is my point. But I will say, I want to get like I usually do. This is what I usually do. I usually talk about my negatives first, just to get them out of the way. Because unless I didn't like the game, then I start with the positives, and then I end on the negatives. You know, but I obviously really enjoyed this game, so I do want to start with my negatives first, and then we'll get into the positives. My biggest negative is I do feel the story overall was weak in this, or lacking. It was lacking. I didn't feel like it slowed down at any time. Like with the Spider-Man story, there were times in that story where it's just like, I don't even know what's happening. Is there even a story? That's how slow it's moving. I never felt that way with Ghost. There was always something happening, always, you know, moving on to the next thing, and the overarching goal of, you know, driving out the Mongols was always there, you know. And let me backtrack. And when I say weak or lacking, I'm not saying the messages or themes are lacking, because that's definitely not the case. The fact that the ending battle was against Lord Shimura, it shows that this game, that's what saved it for me. That's what saved it. If the game ended the way I predicted, where Lord Shimura sacrifices himself to save us and gives us one last chance to kill the Khan, and the game ends with killing the Khan, that would have been a terrible ending, in my opinion. And I'm very much glad it didn't end that way. I'll go ahead and pause because we'll probably why are we're white? We're white. We look freaking badass.
Beautiful. Even in death.
Where are we? Ooh, look at all our banners we gathered. Is this like our secret base?
I lived under these banners most of my life. Lady Masako lost everything. And everyone. If she can keep moving forward, so can I.
Taka's trial run before he made my grappling hook. He didn't want to disappoint me. And he never did.
That's right. Oh, the game. I need to turn the game back up. Turn the game volume back up to what I had it at. Should be good.
I used to think I only needed a horse, a bow, and my katana.
Is that Lord Shimura's armor? God damn it.
Kenji's best. Or so he tells me.
Right.
We'll share it soon. How long did it take Yuna to make this?
Crickets.
I owe her everything.
Oh shit.
She's the one giving me gifts.
I thought it was over. I fucking missed the... God damn it. I hate it when I miss stuff like that.
Smells almost sweet. But it's as deadly
That's
as
the
any
poison. This is our secret base.
blade. You were faithful to the end, Kage.
What on me? Remind me to touch on Kage as well.
Tomoe didn't need this anymore.
Tomoe. I liked
She
her.
found what she was seeking.
I really did like Tomoe.
Jin Sakai is hereby an official student of Sensei Sadanobu Ishikawa. What have I gotten myself into?
That's funny.
Yuna's knife. The blade's dull. Can't believe it's still in one piece. For most of my life, I dreamed of being your son.
Oh, was that our final thing we wrote?
Norio promised he'd teach me to play the Horagai, so we can signal each other across the island.
The magic conch. You just hear Norio and Jin doing that.
I wish you were here, Uncle.
Damn. Isn't that the ghost armor? Or am I making that up? We're wearing the ghost armor. Right? By the way, this looks amazing. Oh, it looks so good. It looks so good. Oh, I see. And we got a white horse. It was meant to be, guys. It was meant to be. You know, I gotta change our sword kit. Clan Sakai is done. You know, I think it's more, we're not throwing it away. It's a keepsake now. You know? And I do know the one I want to switch to, and we don't have it. We don't have it yet. So you know what? Let me hold on to this sword kit for now. But if you watched last session, you know which one I'm talking about. There's one I want to buy. Yeah, there's an armor that could go here. That's interesting.
The twin mountains of Clan Sakai. I won't let my family fade from memory.
Maybe we should keep the sword kit on then. I don't know. We'll see. I'm gonna make sure I feel like as soon as we walk out of here, it's gonna advance. Oh wait, hold on.
Yuriko helped me pick these for my mother.
Aw.
I can't believe she kept them all these years.
Yuriko.
First the Mongols, now the Shogun. Never imagined I'd be so popular.
Oh, it's a wanted poster. Great. By decree of the Shogun, the entity known as the Ghost is hereby sentenced to death. Lifetime supply of rice for whoever kills him. Yeah. So I don't want to like lose my thoughts here. So backtracking to what I was talking about. Overall, the story was lacking. I wanted it to reach higher highs. It was a consistently decent story throughout. And the ending really saved it for me. Because the fact that Lord Shimura was the final boss fight, the fact that he was the final boss fight, it shows what the story is truly about. It wasn't about killing the Khan. It wasn't about rescuing Tsushima. It was about the man Jin wants to be. You know what I mean? That's what the game was about, and they told that and portrayed that journey very, very well. You know what I mean? But I feel like what this game was going for was an epic tale. And not that this game wasn't epic by any means. I just feel like it could have been better. Like it was good. It was very good. The story was very good. You know what I mean? Obviously, you know, I always talked about it. I never once said that it was bad. You know what I mean? But maybe it was just my expectations were really like were higher than they should have been. But I think really the main thing that kind of hurt the story wasn't necessarily the story itself. It was more the way it was told through gameplay, through the game. I felt like it was very stop-starty and pretty predictable throughout up until the very end. Again, the last 2 levels were just amazing. As well, I wouldn't even say the last level for me was of a quality that, you know, I was hoping for throughout the game, you know, or at least more throughout the game. But it was, again, the story was very stop-starty, and like if you cut out the side missions and just do the main story, it has good moments, but overall it was kind of just there. You know what I mean? I'm doing such a bad job of defending my opinion here, but I do want to emphasize it had good moments, really, really good moments. You know, Kage's death, Taka's death, the scene where after we poison everybody, that was a really good scene. They did that really well, where Lord Shimura, you know, basically exiles us. I really liked that. I thought the use of flashbacks were very strategic and good. You know, it's so easy for, you know, shows or movies or games to just use flashbacks on flashbacks when it would be better to just tell the story as is. But there was a lot of flashbacks, but I didn't ever feel like any of them were unwarranted or out of place or whatever, you know. So I'm not, again, it sounds like I'm bashing the story. Well, I'm really not. Overall, I did enjoy the story. I did like it, but there were more. The negatives were a bit more prevalent than I would have liked, is what I'm saying. And I do feel like, I guess it was more or less that it was uninteresting to me for the most part. I feel like I wish it leaned more into Jin's struggle, you know, because the only time we really got reminded of that was in the flashbacks, which is why they were so important, why I liked them, you know. I don't know, I would have liked to feel that weight more of going down this path of the ghost. But it's not like they didn't touch on it at all. But, you know, it was more like in like passing comments, you know, oh, like the citizens here, you know, stand with the ghost, or, you know, oh, I thought the ghost was supposed to be blah, 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 you know. But, like, other than that, it was really focused on fighting the Mongols. And to me, the Mongols were just so, you know what? I think, honestly, that was really the main issue I had with the story, was I felt the antagonists were so uninteresting and uninspired, and that had negative effects on the other parts of on the rest of the story, which I enjoyed, because I did like the side characters, you know. I liked all of them. I liked the struggle that Jin was having, you know, and I liked Jin as the main character. I did find him a very interesting protagonist, but the fact that the negative force in the story, the antagonist, the main villain, I found to be so uninteresting and just kind of cookie cutter bad guy with bad army, does bad things. It really had ripple effects that, for me, negatively impacted the story. So if you're going to forget everything I just said about why I didn't like the story as much as I wish, the one thing you need to remember is that I didn't like the story as much as I'd hoped, because I felt the villains and the antagonists were not good, and that negatively impacted the rest of the story. It almost acted like a weight. It weighed down the other areas of the story I felt like they could have excelled more in. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I'm not an amazing writer. I'm not. I don't know how to improve that. But all I can say is, you know, it was a faceless army, and the villain, the Khan, was just forgettable. But is it low-key genius that he's forgettable? Because that's the whole point. He's supposed to be forgettable and be forgotten. Whoa. I don't know. I mean, if that's the case, that's great. But it still doesn't change the fact that for the vast majority of the story, we're chasing a super uninteresting villain, you know? And yes, in a way that did set up the impact of the final level, because it did the 180 and said, this was never about the Khan. This was never about saving Tsushima. This was about Jin's story, his character, his honor, who he is as a person, you know, which was my favorite part of the story, the ending, just the ending sequence, really. But I don't know. I still stand by my point. I do think the Khan was such a forgettable villain. He was definitely like, I'm a bad guy because I'm a bad guy, and you know, not every villain needs to have this tragic backstory or a reason to be evil. Some characters can just be evil, and that's fine. That's totally good. But if they're that type of, I'm trying to think of a good example of that. From a recent game or something, without spoiling anything. But no, like the Khan didn't need to. We didn't need to see Khan as a baby or whatever, you know, to get like a tragic backstory or something. We didn't really need that. I mean, if they did that and did it well, obviously I wouldn't have minded. But if you're a villain that is just evil for evil's sake and serves as that obstacle for the heroes, that's totally fine. But you have to do something. You have to do something. The Khan did nothing. He literally didn't do anything. You know, yes, he killed Taka. Yes, he, you know, killed people off screen. Come on, I can't be the only one that thinks the Khan didn't do anything, man. Like, every time we got close, he never fought us. We fought him once at the beginning and once at the end. And that can be done well. I'm not saying you have to fight him on and off throughout the thing. Throughout a story or a movie or a game. You know. But have him do something other than talk, you know? Like, for the most part, he really just, like, every time we got close, oh, the Khan's retreated to his blah, blah, blah. Oh, the Khan's retreated again. To, you know, I didn't feel, he wasn't a good villain, in my opinion. And I do feel like that negatively impacted the story. So yeah, that's my main negative. You know, it held back. I do feel like if they had a better villain or a better evil force, it could have caused the rest of the story to excel. And by the rest of the story, I mean like the conflict within Jin. You know, I don't feel the Khan should have stoked that conflict within him, stoked, you know, even more. But honestly, Jin did himself harm more than the Khan did, you know. So we could have had more of that. The side characters could have been, you know, not fleshed out more, but more involved, more, I don't know. Just, I felt like it focused too much on the conflict with the Mongols and the Khan, and they weren't interesting. And that's just a recipe for not being as good as you could be, I feel. But again, it's just my opinion, and I will say overall I did enjoy the story, obviously. But I do think it could have been better because it was held back by the uninteresting villains, you know? Faceless army, faceless villain almost. Like again, if we don't know your backstory, don't know your reasons for being evil, that's fine, but at least do something. But he didn't really do much. I felt Ryuzo could have been a better villain. Because at least you did have that connection, and he did, you know, he was more involved. Like, physically involved. Like, The con existed primarily in cutscenes. You know, so I don't know. Like, come on now. So, anyway, those are the negatives. Well, negative, really. There's only one negative, but well, I guess another negative I could say is that I feel like the game was too easy. And again, that's not because I think I'm good at the game. I feel like I'm a very average player. It's in my name. You know what I mean? I'm just an average guy playing video games on average difficulty. You know, what I'll say is the fact that there's a difficulty easier than this. There's something wrong with that. There's something wrong with that. Like if I was on easy mode and it was this I would have been totally okay with that. You know what I mean? But like we were like almost maxed out by the end of Act 2, and we still had like a whole act to go. You know what I mean? Like we maxed out our experience bar well before the final few missions. And we maxed out like all of our weapons even before that. Like, I don't know, it just felt like it felt like I earned it, but I felt like I didn't need to do much to earn it. It was too easy. You know what I mean? Jin was just too much of a beast too early on, really. So I felt, and that's, I hesitate to count that as a hard negative or like a really bad negative. It's more of like a light little nitpick because, you know, I'm not a game developer, but if you've played enough video games, you'll start to realize that one of the hardest things to do when making a game is to get that pacing right of difficulty, have that scaling right. You know, games that are too hard too soon, you either have to like advertise like, yo, like with the was it Elder Scrolls? No, Dark Souls. Like with the Dark Souls games, you should know what you're getting. Those games are supposed to be instantaneously hard right away, and, you know, and that's a very niche thing. Not many games choose to go that way because it doesn't appeal to the general audience. You know what I mean? In the sense where if you're not somebody who likes that challenge right away, then you're not going to like the game, and that's totally fine. And people who like Dark Souls typically do understand that. You know, that's why the whole get good thing is surrounding that game, because if you do want a challenge, those are the types of games you go for. But the standard way is for it to kind of start easier, and then you get challenges. You get challenged, you kind of get good with that, and then new challenges are introduced, and then new challenges. You know what I mean? And that's a really incredibly hard thing to do, you know. And I do feel like Ghost missed the mark with that. I felt like it was too easy too early on, and it never really got hard. Like, we wiped the floor with the final bosses. Like, we beat the Khan on our first try without dying, and we beat Lord Shimura on our first try pretty comfortably, I'd say, too. You know? Yeah, so I feel like it was just too easy too early on. Those are my two negatives. The negatives, the biggest negative being the story was hurt by the lack of an interesting villain and antagonistic force. And two, the game was too easy too early on. And that's not because, again, I'm good at the game. I totally don't think, I mean, you've seen me at my worst in this game. It can get pretty bad. So, and the fact that I had such a smooth ride throughout this, it's just like, you know, I feel like that's not what the game developers were going for. I think they were trying to make it more challenging, and they just didn't. You know, they missed the mark with that. So yeah. So those are my main negatives. In terms of positives, we'll start with the biggest positive that we encountered recently, and that was the absolutely jaw-dropping ending. The ending was just incredible. Knocked my socks off. I absolutely loved it. Partly because it saved the game for me. Not that if it wasn't good, the whole game was a big F. That's not what I'm saying. But like, I truly believe if I was to make a PlayStation 4 tier list of games I've played, the ending alone boosted Ghost up a tier for me. You know, I'm not gonna be specific and say it like, because I don't know. I don't really know, but I can say for sure though that the ending level and just sequence really boosted up a tier, whatever that tier is, and just the audacity to like have pretty mundane choices throughout. You know, this game was never billed to be like a Fallout or a Mass Effect where your choices, you know, influence your dialogue choices influence the procession of the story. Like, that was never a thing throughout this game, but it still gave you the option because it wanted you to give you that little bit of immersion, you know? And I respect that. Like, it's like I'm not like, oh, if you're gonna have dialogue options, it should influence the story. I don't think that at all. I think if you can have dialogue options, and that's fine, but if you're gonna decide that it's not gonna influence the story, then don't make them influence the story. And that's what they did. And they just included them for immersion purposes, and I respect that. I honestly, you know, I honestly like that. But the biggest thing is, and you know, anyone who's played a game with dialogue options that influence the story will agree with me on this. If you're gonna have a dialogue option influence the story, make it meaningful. Don't make it, you know, don't make it some just pointless thing, you know? And when I say that ending choice was meaningful, like, I mean it. Coming from a guy whose favorite video game series is Mass Effect, where dialogue options that influence the story are just throughout the game, like, that single option, that choice, it's more than just choosing the ending, you know? That choice represented who you, the player, thinks Jin has become. You know what I mean? Like, the whole, and that's really what represents that's really, again, the game was never about killing the Khan. The game was about Jin's growth, Jin becoming the man he wants to be, not who he's supposed to be, who he wants to be. And the fact that they represent that by giving Jin the choice on what to do. Choose who he wants to be. Do I give my uncle an honorable death, or do I spare him? You know what I mean? It's just genius. It's just like I said, if you don't like that, you don't like good video games, man. If you don't like that ending, you don't like good video games. You just don't, you know? So, incredible ending. Like, knocked it out of the park, really. Like, the story really, it was never bad. It was just kind of, you know, go with the flow. You know, it's just go with the flow. Never really blew, like, I didn't get blown away at really any points. But the ending was just like holy moly. I really did like the ending. Yeah, that was a big positive for me, obviously. And really the other positives I have, I've said, I couldn't help but just continuously talk about them throughout the playthrough. And that is, the presentation is just incredible. Like, it's visually gorgeous, and the way they frame the presentation of the game, they don't just say, oh, this is a level. They call it a tale, because that's what the game is. It's a story. It's a tale, you know, representative of, you know, the ancient tales written and, you know, passed down from generation to like, that's what it is. You know, your experience bar. It's not called an experience bar. It's called your reputation. It's your legend. It's growing. And as you get, you know, through like progress in it, your legend is growing. And as you advance through the game, other characters refer to you as the Ghost more instead of Lord Sakai more. You know what I mean? And that's all. They didn't have to do any of that, but they meticulously did that and crafted the game in the way because they wanted to present it that way. You know what I mean? And because the game it's just presented so well, it really felt like this was just a tale. Like, even this main menu, it's like ink. It's black and white because it's like ink, because it's written. The game is a story being written right before our eyes in every way possible. You know what I mean? So again, it was just, the presentation was incredible. It was just absolutely incredible, and the acting was great. You know, obviously the animation was great. Yeah, it was just so good. And really, those are the biggest thing. And obviously the combat was just, I mean, you saw me in the last thing. I was like throwing out stuff, You know, and that's because the game was good enough to give you the option. Like, if you wanted to work for that, you could. And I did. And I reaped the rewards. Like, that's just a sign of good video game making. You know what I mean? For lack of a better term. You know? Like, yes, the progression was a bit too easy and a bit too quick for me. But they still gave you all these options, all these little things. I didn't even use the darts. But some of you watching might have used the darts way more than me and used, I don't know, sticky bombs less than me. Like, and that's the thing. It gave you the choice to really play how you want to play, and that's really the standard now. You know, it's almost like if you don't have that type of gameplay where you giving the player a choice how to play, it almost has to be like an intentional choice. You know what I mean? Like, I'm trying to think of an example that I've played recently with, you know, I don't know, guys. My point being, like, I really do respect the fact that they have all these different gameplay, and, you know, you can upgrade them, and it was good. It was good. Combat was good. Combat in Ghost, good. End. Period. I don't really need to talk about it more, you know? So the presentation and the combat was just incredible. And the ending was just incredible. Absolutely incredible. Yeah, Rinji in the chat says, in my opinion, the villain of the story isn't the Mongols, so they were never going to be anything more than just faceless. And I totally agree with that. You know, the story, it had, I mean, the Mongols really, they just served a purpose for driving the story forward, and that's pretty much it. You know what I mean? The story was about Jin and his journey, and he needed obstacles, and they provided it. But, you know, for me, it just wasn't super interesting. You know, they weren't super interesting to me. So, I know I'm kind of getting like distracted here, but I just saw that. So yeah, I mean, those are really my major points. There's more I'm forgetting, but I want to emphasize that I did overall really like this game. I wouldn't call it an S tier game, you know. And I don't want to like mention other S tier games in my opinion, because I want to stay focused on Ghost. This is definitely a high tier game though. Like, it's definitely a game I would recommend to friends to play. Definitely a game I would recommend at least watching somebody play if you don't really want to buy it or play it yourself. Like, it's definitely worth experiencing, you know, for sure. I highly recommend this game. But, you know, my personal recommendation of this game does come with the caveat that there are noticeable negatives and flaws with the game, but what it does well, for sure. That is for sure. So yeah. Oh, I mean, I've really said my main points, but this is another negative, you know, and I wanted to say it earlier. If there's one thing that bugs me, it's meaningless deaths. It's deaths in stories that are only deaths for shock value or to make you sad. And the death that really rubbed me the wrong way was Kage's death, the horse's death. And I kind of hinted at this either. Taka's death was meaningful. It spurred us on. It really Taka's death was meaningful because it pushed Jin over the edge. It truly made him feel like, I don't want to lose any more people. I want to do whatever it takes, even if it means becoming this ghost, you know, to beat these Mongols. So Taka's death, meaningful. Yuriko's death was meaningful. Not as meaningful as Taka's, but it was definitely meaningful because, you know, she represented our past, kind of dying, and us moving forward. You know what I mean? And her coming in at that time in the game, it served as a reminder of where Jin has been and how he grew up, you know, as we consider all of that and move forward. You know what I mean? Because again, that's what this game is truly about. It's about Jin's journey moving forward and who he wants to be. And you can't know who you want to be if you don't recognize who you were in the past. You know what I mean? So Yuriko's death was meaningful. Kage's death was just a fucking slap in the face. Like, I want you to be sad. Boom, you're sad. And I was sad. But, you know, in hindsight, it was completely meaningless because my man just gets replaced right away by Callus. And then Callus gets replaced right away by Sora. Like, there was no impact after that. You didn't feel the weight of the loss. You know what I mean? Not like with Taka, where you really see Jin's mind changing, Yuna changing. You know what I mean? Kage dies, it's sad. You get a new horse that literally does everything Kage did the exact same way. So they just killed my guy. It's like, oh, it's the weight of your decision. Like, he died because of what you did as the ghost. Like, I get that, but that was already represented with all the innocent people that died by getting poisoned, by Taka dying, you know, because of our reputation as the ghost and what we've been doing. You know what I mean? That, like, they didn't need to kill Kage. Kage didn't need to die to serve that purpose. It was already served in other ways, in better ways. You know what I mean? So I can only come to the conclusion that Kage just died just to make you sad. And, like, congratulations. You made me sad, but, like, I don't know. Am I salty because they just killed my freaking horse? Like, maybe. I don't know. But I don't know. I just feel like it wasn't, like, what they should have done, you know what I mean? Or something they could have done. I'm not saying they should have. You know, I'm not a writer. I'm not a rapper. But something they could have done is make this region smaller, but make you have to walk everywhere. I don't know. Because, like, that would make me feel, damn, I'm really missing my horse right now. You know what I mean? Damn, they killed my horse. Boom. You know, it's more meaningful. Or make Callus, the replacement horse, slower. Or maybe not able to sprint as long. To make you like, damn, Kage really was the homie, man. I really want to kill the Khan now because of him. Kage's gone. And rest in peace, Kage. You know what I mean? Really make you feel that. But, like, he gets replaced by a horse that literally does everything Kage does. It's like, the only thing was like, okay, well, Callus, he's kind of like rough around the edges. He's not as pretty. But guess what they do? Yuna comes along and it's like, sorry, but here, have your choice of equally beautiful horses. So it's just like, I don't know. I feel like they did Kage dirty. I stand by my homie Kage. They killed him off for no reason. I stand by it. That's just my opinion, but they did him dirty. Yeah, anyway, that was just another negative I wanted to get out of the way. But again, overall, I really, really enjoyed this game, guys. I really, really did. It's just so fun. Like, it's definitely one of those games I'm really gonna miss not being able to play. So I don't know. I mean, let's see. Let's just go out here. We'll see what happens.
Jin, I like your new home. It suits you.
It will have to do, now that Clan Sakai is gone. And I've been branded a traitor.
I heard about your uncle. I'm sorry.
He's gone. I did what I had to.
What matters is you're alive. You defeated Khotun Khan and left the Mongols without a leader. The mainland is safe.
But our home isn't. The Khan's forces are stuck here, more desperate than ever to conquer our island.
Then we'd better keep fighting. Just don't forget. Tsushima needs you.
I'll never forget that.
Good. We'll cover more ground if we split up.
Hit Mongols from all sides. Take back our home.
Goodbye, Jin. And take care of yourself.
I will. You too, Yuna.
There's definitely something there. They might explore that in a potential sequel. Look at us, guys. Look at us. New Game Plus unlocked. Nice. Every game needs a New Game Plus nowadays. Oh. Oh, okay. You can replay camps. Oh, that's just incredible. Because let me tell you, New York City in Spider-Man feels awfully empty after you beat the game. Because you can't replay anything. But, like, did I see that correctly? Yes! You can replay duels. Bro, that's just amazing. That's amazing. Because I loved the duels, dude. Dang, props to Ghost, man. This isn't even New Game Plus. This is just the base stuff. Like, everything's liberated, so really all that's left to do is the DLC and these question marks. So, honestly, Well, let's fast travel here. Yeah, I don't really think, because these question marks I don't think are going to be anything big. I might even do that off screen now that I have the freedom to do that. Let's go ahead and grab this. Tsushima's Avenging Demon. I mean, I've got to keep the ghost mask on, don't I? Like, I just have to. What about a hat? You know, sometimes I do miss wearing like a helmet or a hat or something. Like, should I wear the Sakai armor? No, I want to keep the ghost armor on. I mean, that's who we are now, so. We don't really have any hats that match this, though. This kind of does, kind of. Kinda. The white just, I mean, I'm never taking the white off, believe me. So, really, I think we're kind of stuck with the headband. And I say stuck as if it's a bad thing. It's not a bad thing. It looks really cool. So, that's kind of cool. I might just keep the ghost headband, honestly. Headband of peace. See that? I almost like that shade of white more than the... Where is it? We'll just stick with this. I don't want to bother with that too much. Yeah, this setup is ideal. Cool. Let me get on my horse. I want to see how I look on. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. This is what I always wanted from the very beginning. I was like, ooh, white. White horse. White armor. Really cool. Actually, let me...
May I assist you, my lord?
Look at that. Come on. Come on.
May it help you bring victory.
You have my thanks.
See, we have Clan Sakai on our cape. So we're still repping the clan. You know what I mean? Repping the clan. That sounds really bad. And we're wearing white. Holy crap. Okay. Not gonna think about that anymore. I think I'm gonna go with this one. Come on, dude. Come on. Call me the White Tiger Ranger because I look freaking awesome. Dude. That's sick. Absolutely. And see, we still have the Clan Sakai sword on the back there. But we still match though, even though yeah. This is the way to go. That's the way to go. I'm really satisfied with that. Okay, well, let's see. Oh, replaying missions was patched in by fan request. Another example of how Sucker Punch knocked it out of the park, man. They, that's a really good... Not many devs would do that, so I really respect that. But, I don't know, guys. I kind of gave my ending thoughts, and I think I'm going to have to call it here. Again, I've really enjoyed this game. You know, again, yes, I said the main story could have been better, but overall, I did find it enjoyable, and the ending really, really hit me. I mean, I cried, like, for the first time on screen. And yeah, I definitely welled up when Kage died. But, I literally shed tears for the first time on screen. And if anything, that's something I'll always remember Ghost for being a good enough story to where I felt the emotions live on screen for the first time. So, yeah, really enjoyed the game. I hope you guys enjoyed watching me play it. If you haven't played the game yet and you're experiencing it for the first time through me, I hope I did a good enough job and entertained you guys enough to where your first experience with Ghost of Tsushima was an enjoyable one. And if you have beaten the game, I hope I didn't make you cringe too much with my mess ups and, you know, missing things and whatever. And I hope I showed you a new perspective on a way that this game could have been played, which is one of the best things I like about watching other people play games, is just seeing how other people went about things that I struggled with or did well with, you know. So yeah, that is to say, I hope this playthrough was enjoyable for you guys, and I really appreciate you guys stopping by. I know I'm talking as if this is the end. This is not the end of Ghost of Tsushima. We still have maybe 1 or 2 more streams left with the DLC. I'm not sure how long it is, but again, I kind of just wanted to give these more conclusive thoughts since it's the ending of the main story. But yeah, no, I do appreciate you guys stopping by and giving me your time of day, and I hope again I repaid that for you guys. So yeah, again, this isn't the end, but it is for now. Yeah, that was awesome. Maybe I'll watch it on stream, the other ending, or maybe I'll just watch it on my own. Who knows? But for now, I'm just gonna end it there. I think I've pretty much said all I wanted to say. I will see you all in the next one where we do the DLC. So, excuse me, ma'am. Trying to do an outro. But yeah, gonna call it there. Thank you all for joining, and I'll see you all in the next episode of Ghost of Tsushima. Peace.